Is that working? I think it is. Oh well, there we go. Okay. Hello everyone. Hello. Right, what to say? Yeah, I just want to give you a quick channel update, just a little one, very short, hopefully. Right, so, obviously, Rudolph and Bernard, yay. So, yeah, I am a big Crimson Fist and Blood Angels fan, and I hope that came through in my Dawn video. They've been, it would seem, very popular, and thank you very, very much for being so generous in your praise. That is very appreciated indeed, especially when I'm very, very tired. Now, I did take a big risk with those. It's I wouldn't say it's substantially different to my original style, but just a little bit more of all of it, maybe. A little bit more. Now, I do want to say a couple of things, which is one, I cannot actually do that calibre of work every week, because it's very draining. So you're going to see a lot more of the introductions and the bumpity bump stuff, and some jolly stuff for a little while, because Dawn was a little bit tiring by the end. But I do hope to take up regular projects like that and throw as much razzmatazz and as much energy at that as I have done with Dawn. But it does take a lot of time. I mean, a lot of time and a lot of energy, a lot of mental energy, and I just wanted to apologise and make sure that you don't all believe that every Friday you're going to get some huge epic. I would love to be able to do that, but there's only so much of me, and again, to carry on doing all of it, I need to make sure that I don't just bash things out badly. I want to do the best by you, and again, unfortunately, the internet can be a little intimidating, because it's going to be there for quite some time. So I like to get it as right as I possibly can, and I would like to talk about the new books out for the Siege. Now, I was actually quite horrified, because the last 2 months, basically, I've been getting up in the morning and doing this as quick as I possibly can, all of the time, for your entertainment, and, you know, to try and get the channel working, and seeing if I could do something with it, you know. But I wasn't really aware. I don't know how I wasn't aware, but I wasn't really aware how much things had changed in the actual Siege of Terra. So one day I might update Dawn, but I think as a standalone piece of work, just know that when I do get to some of the other Primarchs, you'll see a completely different vision of what happened. And that's right though, because every different protagonist in those stories has a different view on everything. And again, I'll always put the same point across, which is I am no more knowledgeable than any veteran. Someone who knows the books, and probably better than I do. I just like to say that I project possibly a different view to some other people, and I've been very relieved and happy that people have enjoyed it. So just so you know, I will do my best, but again, things like the Orcs, etc., the video I did there, I want to get some things out like that, and cover a couple more factions, you know, and get some introductions done. Okay, so again, I'd like to also open up the board to you. What do you think? Now, obviously, there's only so much time in a day, there's only so much time in a week, and there's only so much time I can do this, you know. So I'd like you to, if you have the time and the inclination, of course, as always, sorry, I am at your disposal, not the other way around. But if you do feel like partaking and you know, giving me a bit of guidance, a little bit, just a little bit, I would like you to give me your top 3 things you like. Lore seems very, very popular. Obviously, the occasional fun bat rep. And again, I really hope to improve those if people like them. But again, I don't want to waste everyone's time by putting up something which is going to be uninteresting to them. And again, I play anyway, so when I get the time, you know, obviously. So it's really down to you. I'd like you to tell me, you know, just if you can, if you get the time, whether you'd like me to do more lore, whether you'd like me to do, you know, more chats like this. And again, this is just an update, etc. I see this as not even part of the scheduling to a certain extent. So it's lore. It's big pieces and bat reps and general Warhammer advice. I was going to do a rundown of each faction, just in brief, just a quick nice guide for newbies to say, okay, well they actually play like this and this is what they're good for, blah blah blah. So if you'd be interested in me putting that up, that would be good. But again, I've only got so much time, and you've only got so much time, and I would like you to think of this as a warm blanket that you can put on when you've had a bit of a poo day and say, right, what has my Uncle Baldermot done for me this time? And so there we go. Now, secondly, very important, I am going away to see some family with Mrs. B for a week. So there's not going to be anything up this Friday. And you'll say, well, why didn't you save the other one for Friday? Yeah, this may sound a bit airy-fairy, but after having Dawn in my mind for pretty much 3 weeks, I not get shot of it, but I wanted to get it out because if you've seen Dawn 3, the longest second, you'll know that might have been a bit emotionally grueling to do. Again, it sounds very airy-fairy until you actually do it. I now understand why some actors taking on heavy roles can get a bit depressed. Again, because I've got no background in anything performing, so, and no voice work, no videos, no amateur dramatics or anything like that. So all I've ever done is a bit of role-playing and gaming. So again, I'm not used to it, that's all. So, come back to me with what you would like to see most in the channel. And just bear in mind, I see the Dawn type stuff is something I definitely want to do. I love doing it. I think it's brilliant, and I've got to admit, blow my own trumpet, but I think I love doing that, and I'm actually quite proud of the Dawn set. And now I would love to do all of the different Primarchs, but it will take time, and it will take energy, and it will take resources, basically, because we've only got limited time, etc, etc. So I'm taking a week off. When I get back, I'm going to be doing some more introductions, because, and I've got to be honest here, at the very end of the day, anyone who sits on and does this kind of thing wants eventually to be able to do it on a long-term basis. Now, I would love to do that and to basically entertain you and, you know, do what you want me to do to a certain extent. And obviously things that I love doing too. Because again, I don't see it as a one-way relationship, I see it as a very two-way relationship. I'm just a fan, you're just fans, so I want to do something by fans, for fans. And sorry, I'm being so scatty, I've not been sleeping very well. So that draws us onto the elephant in the room, which is always there for any YouTuber, which is things like Patreon and advertising and basically getting a bit of money in, and because that would obviously help a lot, not just with equipment but just day to day, you know, eating, paying bills and that kind of thing. So I would love to put that kind of thing up, and I'm going to do that when I get back from my little break with the family. But I want this to be very, very clear. I am not begging for money. I am not asking you to give me money. I am asking you, I'm going to basically make it available. So if you want to support the channel, and I can't say I'd put out more, because I've been breaking my back on this, but I can say that I would be able to continue, and I don't want to not continue, and I want to get better, and I want to do lots of different things, like and that draws us onto another line. Oh, Scatty, thy name is Balderwood. I'd also like you to tell me, when it comes to the big ones, now, I always saw them as a prop for painting, and the pictures and all such things were something which were nice, like a cherry on top, but weren't necessarily that fundamental. But I have noticed in some of the comments that some people may or may not actually watch. Now, so I can, again, because I've got to learn all these different packages and see how they work out for me, but I need to prioritise. Please also hit the comment section, as before, only if you're able, only if you wish to, and tell me how you view the videos. Do you just put it on one painting, which is what I would assume, or do you sit back and, as some people say, turn off the lights and just have a good listen, and then again, you know, the pictures aren't so important, or do you actually sit there and watch it? Because I don't want to overbake the cake and basically tear off an arm in effort for something which isn't benefiting you, the gentle listener. What's the point? Because then I can, if you're not watching it and you're just listening to it and having it on in the background while painting, then I don't need to worry quite so much about the glitches in the video, which can take a bit of time for me in my foginess to actually get done smoothly. Whereas if you do watch and you say, well, actually, Baldy, I would like you to spend just that little bit more effort, get better pictures, and make it just a little bit more razzmatazz, because I would like to actually sit there and watch it. Again, all answers are good answers, and no answer is a bad answer. Apart from, you know, we hate you, we know where you live, and we're going to burn you to death. That kind of thing would obviously be a bit worrying. That was a joke, I really hope. Anyway, so I'm going to start a Patreon, and I want no one to ever feel that they have to do anything. But if you do like the channel, you do want it to grow, you want me to, say, get better packages, you want me to make it a bit even more razzmatazz, and you would like me to, well, continue and get it done, then please do hit the comments section. So this is really just audience participation, me talking to you. Again, I'm sorry I sound so defensive all the time, because I'm not nervous unless of course the camera's around, but also because there have been high expectations and I don't want to let people down. So again, that's not an extra pressure for you, it's just me explaining why sometimes I can seem a bit defensive, because again, I don't have any training in entertainment, and I'm just doing my best, one fan to another. So tell me what you want, and again, I can't promise, but I will get all of the results together and it will show the new pathway for where we are, because we're only 2 months old actually. We did a couple of bat reps, and then after that we did the prognostications. Oh, crumbs. Yeah. Anyway, and then we've gone into lore, and I think I am only finally finding my style properly. I would say that a lot of the bumpity bump stuff for introductions, I will stick to pretty much that format. But for the heavy banquets, is what I call it, a feast of lore, I would like to stick with the style that I think you guys like and I like doing as well, because other lore channels will tell you who, what, when, where and how. I want to tell you why, if I can, you know. And again, if you feel that I'm wrong, let's have a conversation. I'm not right, you're not right, let's just trade ideas. At the end of the day, we're human beings. If we talk to each other with respect, then we all benefit from it. Okay, so and now I'm waffling on like a moron, sorry about that. Okay, so main points are, I'm not going to put anything huge up this week. I'm sorry I put out Dawn very early, but I just needed to get Rogel out of my mind. So when I was going to see the family, I wasn't perpetually pining and worrying about whether the gentle listeners will like the last instalment. As I say, I've never done anything this broad. Sorry, Rudolph. I've never done anything like this mass media, so obviously I'm going to be a bit worried. But 3, I would like you to come back to me and tell me, what do you want from Baldermort's Guides? Okay, and I want you to help me build this channel to be the kind of thing where, as I say, it's a hot water bottle, it's a blanket you put on when you're miserable, and something to look forward to, because we all need that, I think. So if there's any way I can do that, that would make my life worth living, and it would be a beautiful thing to know for me and Mrs. B that when someone's had an awful day, they can come back and just forget their woes just for a little while. So thank you very much for the beautiful, kind, generous comments you have made. I feel very, very lucky indeed to have so many so pleasant and so positive, lovely people supporting the channel. And we'll try and put up a Patreon, and we'll see what happens from there. And because I don't know anything about Patreon, so I don't know how it works. So I might do another video saying, well, what kind of things should we be doing for it? The only thing I would state is, so if you say I want a banquet every weekend and I want a private one for me too, is I'll just have to say with great lament, there's not enough Baldermort to do it. So feedback to me, tell me what you want this channel to be, and let's try and build it together. And let's hope we go from strength to strength. Things seem to be going really, really well. But again, I will point this out 100 times if I point it out once. It's because of you, as much as it is about me or Mrs. B or anything else. You are building this channel as much as I am, if not, in some ways, more. I may be doing all the donkey work, but you are the ones who have been directing me in what I think is the right direction. So let's build this channel, let's make it fun, and then hopefully let's make it something we can all be proud of. And I don't just mean that as a marketing tool, I mean that absolutely from the heart, just like the Dawns were. They were absolutely from the heart, as I think you could hear from my voice breaking a couple of times. But I want this to be a partnership between me and this beautiful community, this wonderful tribe of fans. Let's do something we all want to do and see, so we can go back in the future, look back at it and press play again, and I'll be happy, I'll be proud, and you can be proud too. And just for a moment, just for a second, forget all of our worries and enjoy our refuge, our escape. And as always, please, please remember to make some time for some fun today. Doodaloo.